Hello everyone and welcome to a new installment of Don't Take It Personally Babe, It Just Ain't Your Story. I'm AJ.
And I'm Jordan.
We left you off with John Rook on the next day of school, and we have some notifications, so we should go ahead and read those. Isabella and Ariana are talking in a private conversation, and Isabella says, "So, how'd it go? Come on, you gotta let me know." She's rhyming like crazy.
She's obviously talking about her and John's meeting after school the other day.
Yeah, so the public post on Nolan's wall. Can someone remind me what would read this piece of shit for English class? It's awful. Wow, you're actually bothering me? Oh, you're actually bothering? Well, why? He says, I don't know.
So he is reading it? He doesn't seem like the type that would read.
Yeah, I haven't even really seen him in the game at all so far. Was that it? Yeah, I guess. Alright, I guess you can read this.
It's absolutely beautiful out, but I checked the weather report before heading out this morning, all the same. The music sounds a little bit different. This time, it's not Charlotte who's the one to come in. It's her. I grimace, praying she doesn't make things more awkward than they already are. Excuse me, Mr. Rook? I sigh.
Yes?
I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. I was way out of line before. I really should have kept it together. That was really immature of me. So I guess we did get a good ending. Oh, good. Can you forgive me? Not ending, but, ending to that issue. I sigh again. Of course I can. I just want to forget the whole affair ever happened to begin with.
Well, of course. Let's just pretend it never happened, okay? Start with a fresh slate.
Wow.
Wow, there you go.
Alright. Thanks. After that, she goes to take her seat.
Alright, so, I guess that went well.
Yeah.
Could've went worse.
Yeah. Could've went a lot worse. It doesn't take too long for Charlotte to arrive. We got a new message too.
Hi.
I'm gonna check my email tag a little while.
Shut it down. It didn't go over very well. I guess I'm not very good with men. God, I hate myself. I've never been so humiliated in my life. I knew there was a chance it could go wrong, but I didn't think it would hurt so much. I kind of cried myself to sleep. I think I was too direct with him. I guess I need to work on my subtlety.
I'll be right back, guys. AJ, take it over.
Alright, John said, hi. Good morning, Mr. Rook. I hope your walk home yesterday wasn't too bad. Not so much, no. I'm never skipping checking the weather before I leave again. That's too bad. A good plan, though. We continue to make idle chit-chat as the class slowly files in. After the night I had yesterday, I'm not particularly in any hurry to get started. Today's lecture is going to be at a leisurely pace. If only our teacher were like that, huh? So, as you probably figured it out, this is the part of the story where you get the hint that things are going to start getting really weird. A notification, Isabella's talking to Ariana. She says, oh baby, I'm so sorry. I understand perfectly, believe me. That really sucks. You can always move on to others though, right? From here on out, you're going to discover that things are a lot more complicated than they may seem. I pause for effect. So what do you think of the use of foreshadowing in the chapter you had last night? How does it differ from the start of the novel? From at the start of the novel? After a couple of seconds, single hand goes up. I can't say I'm terribly surprised. Disappointed in the rest, maybe, but not surprised that's not Ariana. Nolan spamming the Amy Connect even more by showing a bunch of Z's, indicating that he is sleeping. I didn't even do that. Hold on. Taylor says she is looking forward to her party this weekend. Anyone else going? And Ariana is talking to Isabella and she says, are you kidding me? No way, I'm not giving up that easily. I realized last night that I wouldn't have been so upset if it wasn't really love. But if it hurts so badly, it has to be. That's fine. If I'm not good enough for him now, then I'm going to have to try harder, right? I'll be able to do it for sure. So she's not giving up on this, unfortunately. She seems really genuine about this. Go ahead, Charlotte. Well, it indicates that we're going to see a sudden shift of tone, I think. The biggest thing I noticed was... Sorry, guys. And so she goes on. Chapter 1 is officially over, and only 4 parts in. And Jordan's back for the start of Chapter 2.
You want me to start brewing some coffee?
That sounds great.
Alright, sorry I have to be gone so long, guys. But we do need something to keep us awake while we do this. Even though I'm not tired. Whatever. Coffee's good.
Yeah, we do need to be more interesting. Sorry, I'm not up to my usual par for this episode. What does it mean to be a gentleman? Is it an outdated concept? Or is there really a perfect model for a man in particular to follow that's still relevant to our times? Does it matter? And is it truly a good thing? According to L.J. Powell, before you can ask that question, you first must ask one simple question. What does it mean to be a gentleman? I'll jump into what Powell thinks in a minute. But first, what do you think it means? Just the first thing that comes to mind. The class pauses for longer than I'd like, given that I just threw them the easiest question imaginable. And predictably, the first hand to go up is Charlotte's. Charlotte is a straight-A student, it seems. Go ahead, just tell me anything. This is a little bit obvious, but chivalry? As in holding the door open for a woman? Would you guys agree with that? I think it's a little too generic, but I don't know. Yes, it is a little bit obvious. Right, that's definitely one. How about, okay, Taylor? I'm definitely surprised to see her put up her hand. Knowing how to be respectful to a girl. For example, a gentleman wouldn't treat a girl like crap just because they've broken up. This is one of the only times Taylor has actually talked in the game so far. I'm a little surprised. I also like her flower on her pocket right here. Looks pretty cool. Her skirt is really short. I guess their school uniform policy is really suggesting after all. I stare at her. There's more than just a touch of bitterness to her voice. Seems to have an emotional connection to what she's talking about. I wonder who she's really talking about. Chapter 2. Nolan is an island entire of itself. I'm pretty sure I got that right. It went by really fast, so I couldn't really read it. It didn't let me click, it just kept going on. Hold on. There. Nolan is an entire island of itself.
Alright, do you think we could maybe recap it? What happened so far while it was gone? Both for the viewers and for me.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying. For some reason, like, it leaves that really fast without me clicking or anything. Okay, but what happened basically was they were just talking in class. Charlotte was usually the one to speak up. Ariana was talking to Isabella, and she is saying that she's not giving up on this crush she has on John Rook, and that she really loves him. So I guess she's going to continue with that. And we're starting chapter 2, and Taylor raised her hand at the very end of between the chapters and said being a true gentleman is not treating a girl like crap just because they've broken up, and she seemed rather bitter about it.
So this chapter here is going to be mostly about Nolan, right?
Yes. The name of the chapter is Nolan is an entire island of itself. Kindle says, tell me I'm not the only one who saw the finale of Iniko last night. That was the most amazing thing. OMG. Charlotte says, what's that? So I guess she and Kindle are on good terms again.
It's probably some kind of anime here or something.
Yeah.
That's what I'm guessing.
She likes anime quite a bit. Alright, Isabella says, hugs and good luck. I have faith in you. I'm sure you can do it. Kindle and Akira are talking, and Kindle says, hey bro, what's up? You seem kind of distant, more so than usual, even. Things okay? Akira says, sorry, been kind of, just been grappling with some personal stuff. I mean, things have things have been kind of confusing lately. Actually, can I ask you for advice? She says, of course, bro. Always. What about? And, the class is filing out, and I guess you can continue with this line.
Okay. Meanwhile, sticking around behind are the usual group.
So, Charlotte, when are you going to forgive Kindle?
Alright, do you want me to be Isabella and...
Yeah, you can be Isabella and Charlotte, and I'll be Mr. Rook and Akira.
Okay.
Like usual.
Huh? Forgive? What are you talking about?
I don't like having to avoid either of my friends or the other. One of my friends or the other. Can't you two just go back to getting along?
I don't see why you think we don't get along. Leave it alone, Akira.
Don't you think so, Mr. Rook? Wouldn't it be better if they made up?
Got a message too. Oh, hell no. Don't drag me into this. Pardon me?
What if he said it?
Pardon me, guys?
Kindle says it's Digital Girl Aniko. It's a shoujo ai anime just finished in Japan. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing these right. I mean, I know I've heard of the words, that word right there. I don't want to butcher the pronunciation in case I did, but I know it relates to girls. Usually girl-centric anime.
Girl channel.
I think it's none of my business. Yeah, but don't you think...
I really don't want to have this conversation. Isabella is giving me the dirtiest glare, and while I have no idea how Charlotte feels, I don't think interposing is going to help.
I love how Akira paused in a sentence, and then John thought he didn't actually say anything. The fact that he was thinking so hard made Akira gasp, his facial expression or something. Excuse me, I just remembered somewhere I need to be. Don't want anyone else in this classroom. Why does it matter? He doesn't care.
And before anyone else can say anything, I escape with my lunch, shutting the door behind me. The two girls can deal with Akira without me.
I feel like Ariana's going to attack him when he's going down there or
Yeah.
something.
I walk away, planning to take some solace in the office, but before I even make it to the stairs, I can see another two students in the distance, and I can definitely hear them.
Or yelling Akira says, first there's something I kind of have to tell you. It's kind of a big deal actually. Kind of anxious, so don't laugh, okay? Akira seems really worried about something.
Nolan and Taylor?
And this is Nolan's first appearance in the game and Taylor's second actual in the game, outside of private messages.
Yeah.
Nolan looks a lot different in real life than he actually does in his picture.
Yeah, but then again, a lot of the characters do.
Yeah, especially him.
Yeah.
He's a lot younger. He's pretty tall.
So who's gonna read what? I've never read them before, so this is gonna be kind of unorganized.
I guess I'll read Taylor and you read Nolan, and I'll read John Rook and you read his thoughts, just so I can read a girl for once.
So I'll read John Rook again, or I'll read John Rook.
His thoughts.
Okay.
And Nolan. Well, you don't have to be such a jerk about it. I love how they're saying that as they're looking at Mr. Rook. Like they're continuing their conversation even though they see him there. They look so surprised.
Be a jerk about it. I'm being a jerk about it? You're the one who stood up in front of the whole fucking class to make a cheap shot at me.
Akira says, first there's something I have to tell you. It's kind of a big deal. Oh yeah, here I said that. Kindle says, what, you're finally coming out of the closet?
LOL. And you have the balls to say that I'm being a jerk?
Oh, so he's calling her transvestite.
Oh, indirectly.
After you dumped me, do you have any idea how humiliating that was?
Sound like a British person. I didn't. You're the one who fucking dumped me. WTF, you crazy bitch. What's wrong with you? You crazy bitch? That's the question.
Yes, actually. That's what I was going to say. I think I'm gay.
What? You think he's being serious?
He must be. How did I dump you? We'll get back to their private conversation later.
What? We had this conversation before. Twice. Will you just fucking leave me alone? This is pretty heated. I'm going to...
Should we step in or just like leave them to their own. If we step in, maybe we can help them some, and if we back away, they might continue arguing. But then again, if we step in, that might make it worse.
Yeah.
And if we back away, they might be able to deal with them themselves.
I don't know, it seems kind of private. I think John Rook would want to back away.
That's a hard decision.
It is.
Hmm.
But then again, he probably wouldn't want this argument going on in the hallway. I wonder what he'd say.
Let's just save here. Not that we'll go back if it messed up or anything, but I just feel like it's a good time to save. I guess we'll step in.
I try to make
Oh no.
my approach as loud as possible.
Is there a problem here? No,
There's definitely a problem.
we're just talking, Mr. Rook. There's some things we need to work out. It doesn't sound like Nolan wants to talk. Is that right?
Yes.
Taylor, why don't you go calm down and eat your lunch? Give the man some space. Guess we'll read some of these notifications. Kindle says, lol, no shit, bro. I kinda already knew that. It's no big deal, so what's the problem? What? How could you already know that? I only figured it out, like, last night. Lol, for reals? Dude, everyone knows you're gay. That's the most obvious thing ever.
I love how they're not treating it like it's something that they can help.
Or something that surprises her or anything.
Yeah. She takes a moment, probably evaluating her options. Her expression shifts back to a normal, calm smile.
Does Jordan after eating some gummies?
Yeah, pretty good.
Sorry, Mr. Rook, you're right. I'll have this conversation at a better time.
Maybe that went off better than I thought it would. I thought you'd step in and they'd be like, fuck you, Mr. Rook, you're a horrible teacher.
She looks so happy, God.
Yeah.
Was it that big of a deal?
She skips off, overselling her cooperativeness far too much.
Are you alright?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Well, let me know if she keeps it up.
Thanks. I guess that's all there is to be said. I'm not sure what's going on between the two of them, besides the obvious, but if he doesn't want to talk, I'll just read his messages.
What? No way you're projecting because you came out when you were like 13. I'm telling you, I only just figured it out. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. No way, bro. Lol. Post about it. See if anyone's surprised.
So Kindle's gay? Oh yeah, because she dated Charlotte.
Did John know that?
Yeah, I remember now. I just forgot temporarily.
Oh. How old is she supposed to be in again? Oh god, let's check.
1 minute. I'll be back, guys. Sorry.
Oh, does it tell her age? Oh, she was born 2010, and the year in this game was like 2017, I think. So she'd be like, no, 2027, I think. So she'd be like 17. Anyway, he goes to eat his lunch in peace, finally away from all those crazy kids. Okay, the day is Saturday. He's at home with 7 hefty notifications. Akira says, has a big announcement to make. He's gay. Kindle says, congrats, that's a big step, bro. By the way, here's the context. Akira thinks everyone's going to be surprised. And Akira says, how could anyone know before I did? Akira and Kindle are still talking. And Akira says, fine, there. Taylor and Nolan are talking through private messages. Taylor said, hey, here's an idea. Why don't you try not running away from our conversations? I was making a real effort to reach out. And then Nolan just basically says an obscenity to her. And Taylor says, very mature. Sometimes I can't believe you. They don't seem to be getting along very well. Mr. Oak says, the weekend, the time for excitement and partying and dates and relaxing and sleeping in and he asks who he is kidding. Let's read a notification. Taylor says, lol. Very enthusiastically. All it is to me is just a couple days where I have extra time to prepare my lesson plans. John doesn't seem to live a very interesting life. Charlotte says she's glad to hear that. She was wondering when he was going to come out. Congratulations. Well, I guess everyone did know after all. A fun fact is, when I first played this game, I actually thought Akira was a girl until I looked at his profile. Just because of his hair and stuff. He orders pizza for lunch. It's not that he can't cook. Just, after the last divorce, he realized, what's the point? I don't enjoy cooking. I can afford to live without breaking the bank. Delivery pizza and lesson plans. Yep, it sounds crazy, but it's a lot better than where I was before. No crazy job, no crazy wife, just the challenge of getting kids to engage with literature. So I guess he enjoys his mostly inactive life. I don't know. Some weird profile that I've never seen before. It says something in Japanese, I'm assuming, with a bunch of W's at the end. Isabel says, nope, no surprise, but congratulations. Kindle says, lol, what did your mom just say? Oh, that's his mom. She must not understand English too well, or at least typing it. He doesn't mind it a single bit. So I guess we shouldn't feel bad about it. He says, you don't even want to know. OMG, FML. Monday. Class in the morning goes, alright, not great. I didn't catch her in the act, but I think Taylor may have actually fallen asleep at one point, just when I thought I couldn't resent her more. That's pretty sad. Whoa, we're getting a lot of stuff from Taylor. She says she can't believe what a pussy a certain person can be. And Taylor and Ariana are talking. Taylor says, I actually tried to apologize to Nolan, hoping we could get back together. And can you believe it? He just runs away on me. Now he's going to ignore my messages. I can't believe that guy. What I do deserve to be treated like this. She seems to be thinking about the situation very short-sightedly. There's one more. Taylor's talking to Isabella. Says, do you have any idea what's wrong with Nolan? I tried apologizing to him in the hopes of getting back together, and he just refuses to talk to me. I don't get what his problem is. I'm just trying to be nice and just move on from the silly fight, but he keeps dragging it out.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, Jordan. Jordan's back with the very hot coffee.
And it looks very delicious.
It has been artificially sweetened, which is always nice. Okay, what basically happened when you were gone is Akira made the announcement that he was gay he made a status that said that, and no one was surprised, and his mom said something in Japanese, and on that post, and somebody asked what his mom just said, he's like, you don't even want to know.
It's actually not very hot, the coffee.
I was just exaggerating it then. Alright, I guess this is your line.
I'm just glad when I'm just glad when lunch rolls around and everyone finally starts to act like they're alive again. So, why were they not acting alive?
His lesson boards him. He thinks Taylor actually fell asleep at one point.
Oh.
And he said just when he thought he couldn't resent her more. And Taylor's talking to multiple girls, Ariana and Isabella, about pretty much how bad of a person Nolan is. Ariana says, that sucks. He just didn't want to listen at all. So what are you going to do now? Isabella says, I'm more interested in what's wrong with you. Why are you involving me in your stupid gossip? Maybe you should try acting like an adult and just move on, instead of dragging me in your bullshit. Just a thought.
I love how she puts it hard to, like, teenagers these days. Be all sarcastically nice about it.
Be, like, obviously passive-aggressive.
Yeah.
So how were your weekends?
Alright.
Akira looks, like, really angry. He's like, yeah, I'm gay, okay.
Very right, I asked him in the hall, are you really gay?
That's probably what he thought people would do.
I didn't really do much, just homework and some shopping.
Yeah, all John Rook did that weekend was pretty much eat pizza and make lesson plans. And Kendall says, nice, very mature. Who actually says stuff like that seriously?
I don't know.
Like someone makes like a really well thought out status, and someone's like, "Nice, really mature." You're wise beyond your years. Akira says his weekend was disastrous. Totes disastrous. Sunday was the most humiliating day of my life ever. I take it back, Charlotte. You can ignore Kindle all you want. Oh, it says it's unread for some reason.
Probably because we went back.
Taylor and Ariana are talking. Taylor says, I have no idea. I guess I'm going to try to talk to him again. Maybe when he's calmed down a little. I just wish I knew what he's playing at. I get it. I shouldn't have started the fight to begin with. I just wanted to end it and make things go back to the way they were before. I guess he must be punishing me for it. I want to make things better, but honestly I don't know how. Especially if he won't even talk to me. Isabella says IRL LOL.
Hee, is this about your coming out? I'm sorry, but that was pretty funny.
Taylor is pretty much defending herself. Hatton says she was asking for advice because she seems like she has experience when it comes to love. You don't have to be like that. I feel like she really just wants attention because she's never really talked to Isabella before.
Yeah.
Up until this point in the game. OMG. No, it wasn't. Mom was embarrassing about it, but Kasan was just cruel.
Who's Kasan? Oh.
My other mother. She just kept giggling uncontrollably.
Oh, so I guess his parents are two mothers, two females.
Yes.
Hazuki, right? Not Ichigo?
Yeah, right. That's Hazuki. Mom's the one who posted on Amy. I don't think you've met Kasan ever. Thank God. Taylor said, I don't know if you realize this, Kindle, but normal girls.
What?
Maybe that's it. He's more your type.
So I guess she's kind of homophobic.
Seems like it. Isabella says, here's my advice. Get over yourself and then get over him. In that order. Real talk here. I'm trying to be sincere and she's just a giggling fit, wondering how I didn't realize sooner. All she keeps saying is, I had no idea you weren't already out of the closet. True story. My mother. It's ridiculous. Or if he's ever been in a relationship with a female.
No, Akira?
Yeah.
Oh.
Kasan, whose own coming out story is like a year long, with all sorts of detailed subplots, and will tell it on the drop of a hat, just keeps giggling at me. Awkward. For reals. Ariana says, I guess all you can do is wait, really. I'm sorry, though. That's awful.
I'm sorry, but I saw your coming out on Amy, and you have to admit, it's funny that you were the last person to figure it out. Well, I guess he acted all feminine, and everybody was assuming he was gay already.
Pretty much.
LOL, you mad?
He never seemed to react to anything but platonically to girls.
Yeah.
See? I'm a punchline, bro. My sexuality is just one big setup, and it's not just LOL, you're gay. It's LOL, everyone else but you knew you were gay. I used to have dignity.
That's not true.
Taylor said, hello now. Who's in the chat? Oh no, maybe Taylor will wisen up eventually. See, even Isabella gets cheap shots at me now. The same thing with those 2 question marks. It's getting thoughtful. If it makes you feel any better, I didn't know you were gay.
Well, not before I read that on your profile anyway. And now the entire world knows.
Well, it doesn't. You've known me, what, a week? True enough.
So what are you gonna do now? Now that he's gay?
That's the question, isn't it?
Well, I'm happy you figured it out. Me too. It's a big step. I had trouble myself when I first met Kindle.
Oh, well, yeah, I remember. Actually, speaking of Kindle, I'm going to ditch on you guys. I actually made plans. That cool?
No, of course I won't think it less of you if you go spend time with your best friend. Don't be silly. Go ahead. 3 question marks.
Oh my god, you know that?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I know that.
I give up. You're impossible. Alright, thanks. Laters.
Oh, that boy. He's kind of adorable, isn't he? I don't mean in that way. Just that he's really funny. He sure does get wound up tight. Well, you heard what his mother's like. I about said stepmother for some reason. That's true, isn't it? He must take after her more than you'd like to think.
Every boy takes after his mother more than he like to think.
Is that so?
Got 5 notifications.
Jesus.
Nolan's posting on Kindle's wall and saying thanks.
I don't know what that's about.
What is YW?
You're welcome.
Ah.
I've never heard that before.
I usually hear NP.
Yeah.
Why though? If you don't want to say that in real life that much. Isabel and Kindle are talking privately. Isabel says, "Hey, Akira's on his way now. Sorry he's late. We ended up distracting him a bit." Question mark, question mark, question mark? She can't stop using those things. Do you mean he's not going to meet with you? Do you know where he just went? So Kindle doesn't know where he's gone off to.
I suppose that makes a lot of sense. I can understand that. Hey, he's not going to see Kindle. I wonder who he's going to see. Oh, how do you know? I just asked. Huh, I wonder where he's going then. That's what I wonder. I don't know. I think Kindle does, but it's being difficult.
Taylor says, "Hey, I guess you're right. Thanks though. I'm really glad you were willing to talk. Though everyone else has just been awful. Even Isabella was just nasty. I'm really glad to have you as a friend. Thanks." Who knows, Taylor doesn't really seem to have any friends.
Yeah. Kindle? Difficult? Well, I never.
Yeah, I said she's sorry to hear that. It sounds like you need a hug.
I've definitely never heard that kind of sarcasm from her before. We should probably stop here. Leave you on a sort of cliffhanger to find out what's going on with Akira.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Peace. See ya.